Hi, my name's Nicole Martens and I'm the Head of Stewardship for Old Mutual Investment Group. The 2023 budget was all about stability. The Minister spoke a lot about the number of interventions that have been introduced to try and get us back on track and to maintain stability, sustainability and resilience of the economy. This is all very encouraging to hear for long-term investors and particularly those in listed equity. First off, very encouraging to hear mention of not only climate change, but the Just Transition and the Just Energy Transition Partnership in the budget speech. Important to remember that this time last year, we didn't have an investment plan for the Just Energy Transition, though we had received some commitment from some partners who would have definitely been listening very closely to the budget speech for some reassurance that their commitments are going to deliver return. We would have liked to see a bit more detail on where exactly the finance is going to be going, but again, always good to hear recommitment to the national objective to transition to more sustainable and inclusive economies. Also good to hear the Minister making it very clear that this transition is not something that rests solely with the public sector, encouraging the private sector to join in this journey and to do their part, simultaneously offering incentives to get everybody onto the same track. Listening to the Minister's speech and the incentives around specifically renewable energy, it's important to note a couple of things. Specifically that the incentives now apply not only to corporates but also to individuals, that there's a specific time window on these which suggests to us that they're aiming for a rapid catalyzation and acceleration of action, which is exciting to hear, and also the removal of limits on the megawatt capacity. This is essentially a signal to the private sector and particularly to listed companies to go off-grid if it's at all possible. We at Old Mutual Investment Group are very encouraged by this development as it aligns to our own strategies of the just transition to lower carbon and more sustainable economies. As a signatory to the Net Zero Asset Managers Initiative, we're currently engaging with the portfolio companies and with our clients, including Old Mutual Limited, who has made a similar commitment. The notes from the 2023 budget speech have very specific implications for responsible investors around engaging with the companies in which they invest on their transition strategies. Similarly, there are implications for the companies on the JSE around their approach to taking advantage of the incentives that have now been made available. When it comes to ESG and sustainability, the key takeaway from the 2023 budget is that the national target of achieving net zero emissions by 2050 remains firmly in place. This is irrespective of any of the noise we've heard around Eskom and its leadership changes. As Old Mutual Investment Group, we remain equally committed to achieving this goal, to supporting the national developmental objective. As a client of ours, you can rest assured that whether you're invested in one of our traditional funds or a dedicated ESG or responsible investment product, that the underlying assets will be actively stewarded towards a just and sustainable transition.